A lot of times when you're mentally or physically tired, you know, you could sit there and all of a sudden you misquote things, you missay.
Hello and welcome everyone to another exciting edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter Doris Burke. With that road trip behind him, the Cavaliers ready to perform in front of their hometown fans here in Cleveland. And this matchup with the Spurs, it's their first meeting of the season. And not only a 1-1 split series between these two teams last year, guys, but both wins were on the road. So home court advantage wasn't that big an advantage.
It's not often we get to see this matchup, but it is a doozy when we do. Just two powerhouse teams facing off.
Really easy to tell that this is an important game, Greg. I mean, I don't know if the crowd will get a chance to take a breath in this one.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court for San Antonio. Defensive-minded Green and Leonard are the wings. Duncan out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Parker in at the point guard. Well, last season would be one where Kevin Love played a different role, saw his numbers decline, but that was, I think, especially with LeBron and Kyrie, much better players than he ever had in Minnesota. That was to be expected.
It's a great point, Kevin, and Love dropped about 10 points per game in terms of his output. The field goal percentage as well as three-point percentage was down, but still, he traded it all to be on a winning team, and I really feel like his numbers will start to go up as he makes the adjustment to playing with great players.
Good point. The drive by Smith. Duncan with the block. They get it back, and a wide-open look for James. And again, LeBron missing.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
And Matthew Dellavedova is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Leonard, the pass to Green. Leonard attacking. That's a second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And right out of the gates, they are locked and loaded. 3 straight scores early.
Here's Dellavedova, covered by Parker. And it's Dellavedova missing.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
And you know they'll be conscious of him next time they take it inside, too. I mean, that's what really good defenders do. They make you think about their presence.
And there's the feed to LeBron. From deep three-point range. It's tipped. And now it's Green running. He can go all the way. Throws down the breakaway jam.
And just a nice bucket there to really just sustain that lead.
Well, a few more possessions like that, and they'll do more than sustain the lead, Greg. I think they'll start to put this thing away by pulling away. Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Mark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out, almost like the 1-2 punch.
Cavs were one of the top teams in the East last year, and it was in large part to how strong they were.
Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful jam.
Even when they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular. And he pulled it off.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
I agree. I mean, now's when you need a spark, something electric to get your teammates fired up.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. Nice shot by Smith.
Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron.
So for Cleveland, their last game, a win against the Celtics in Boston.
How about the athleticism on display defensively in that win?
Yeah, it was reflected in their shot block total, Greg. I mean, they were very disruptive, which I think is a combination of hustle and muscle.
Mozgov dishes to Dellavedova. Out to Smith. And the foul called on Daniel Green. That's his first foul.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
Thompson, he's checked in for Cleveland. Williams comes in for Matthew Dellavedova. Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for San Antonio. Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. A different look now for Cleveland. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Love. Jefferson comes in for LeBron. And it's Amon Shumpert in for J.R. Smith. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. West is checked in for Duncan. Diaw comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for Leonard. And it's Mills in for Parker.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Yeah, come on now. You got to remember it's a team game. He's got 4 teammates out there with him. I don't think he needs to try to do it all by himself like that.
And for Manu Ginobili last season, not his best. Down in every measurable category since his rookie year. He's 37, myriad of injuries. You know, but Greg, there's still something so special about that play.
Yeah, I mean, so much of his game is about movement. And Kevin, after 13 full seasons and factoring all of the international competition, you're going to have to start to show some wear and tear, and that's been the case for Manu.
Excellent point. He played 4 pro years overseas before the NBA. So timeout called here, the first for Cleveland.
You know, guys, getting back to Ginobili, the most concerning part about last year centers around his shooting. Down in field goal, 3-point, and free throw percentage. Just could not find the mark all season long.
1:31 left to play here in the first. And Shumpert kicks to Williams. Here's Varejao, and he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
Yeah, really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
And watch, Clark, how the game plays out, because this is going to open things up on the perimeter.
Takes a 3. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
And looking forward for Ginobili, he may have to reshape his game a little bit. Less commotion overall to try and reduce turnovers. Maybe accepting more of a toned-down role versus the catalyst role that he's really enjoyed over the course of his career.
They've been hot here early, dropping them in left and right.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. We'll see how long they can keep it going.
Williams passes to Varejao. Can't hit. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
And across the board in that game, guys, they shot the lights out.
Rarely do you see a team shoot like that from everybody. I mean, they were getting scoring from every position all over the court.
Spurs leading by 10. 4-on-3 break. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. West dishes to Ginobili. Out to West. Anderson passes to West. Clock at 6. He feeds it to Mills. Launches a 3. The shot's good on the assist by West. Mills has got 7 points.
You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the lead.
And Tim Duncan closing in on 2 decades in the league. He talked about his kid.
The games are my solace.
Well, Duncan breaking down his love for the game and what keeps him and going, not just playing, but still enjoying it at his age.
And it's phenomenal to see because Tim Duncan doesn't usually get too into perspective with us. Anybody that plays this game knows exactly what he's talking about. And at the level he's competing currently, I don't see him going anywhere anytime soon, that's for sure.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
They've set the first half tone by getting out on the fast break and getting the defenders on their heels.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
On the floor for San Antonio, Parker and Green are the guard pairing. Aldridge out there with Kawhi Leonard. And it's Duncan in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Leonard. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Kawhi Leonard with another great season last year, earned his first Defensive Player of the Year award with his outstanding play.
And for Leonard, he became the first perimeter player to win one since 2004. That just shows you how incredible his defense was at times.
Leonard with the steal. Outside, Green. Parker against Mozgov. Floats one up, and it's laid in by Parker. Parker's got 6.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Here's James. Green with the rebound. San Antonio leading by 15. Parker outside. Passes it to Duncan. Green left side. Fires the three. The shot is off. Good work defensively by Smith. The Cavaliers have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. James with it. Leonard picks him up. Leonard against LeBron. Can't hit.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
And that one's good. And that's now 6 points for Tim Duncan.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. The Cavaliers trail by 17. Here's Dellavedova. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Smith. Green with the block. And now in transition is Parker. Here we go. And he lays in the alley-oop. And the Spurs lead by 19.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
The three from LeBron. The rebound by the Spurs.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Oh, they are putting the hammer down. A huge lead right now.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if we're talking about their offense or their defense. I mean, it's all been good. You know, you take a look at this group of Spurs and you wonder if they've peaked. I mean, it seems you say that a lot with this team, and they prove you wrong. What Popovich said last year, he feels it might actually be the case.
You know, one thing about this San Antonio team, they just didn't go away last year. Pop himself said he felt they peaked in the 2014 finals.
You know, and you wonder if what Pop said is true. Spurs lost in the first round last year, and they'll be going through a lot of changes in the near future. And with the way they run that organization, they'll still be competing, I believe, for quite some time. And the lead's not getting any smaller. Just an incredibly well-rounded performance here on the road.
And how good a feeling is that for this team to dominate the way they did in front of a hostile crowd? That is a satisfying feeling for the victors.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole, because he is just not there offensively.
And Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. That's his first foul. A different look now for Cleveland. Farajao comes in for Kevin Love. And Jefferson subbed in for James. West is checked in for San Antonio. Diaw comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. So it's San Antonio now. The Wizards on the road to face them after this game. They start a 3-game homestand with that game. To the paint, here's Diaw. That falls, nice feed that time for Manu Ginobili. Ginobili's got 3 assists in the game. Williams attacking. Tries again. And it's laid up and in by Varejao. Varajao's got his second bucket of the game to go.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
West gets the bucket.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Outside Williams. And Varejao now atop the key. Shot is off. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. Here's West. Jefferson with some nice D.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
Ginobili with the steal. Oh, and here comes Anderson all alone. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play, triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
So it's San Antonio now. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Mills with it. Jefferson picks him up. And here's Anderson from the arc. And the shot is good. Anderson's got 7.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly, and I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean...
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the... It was all about San Antonio as the game got going. They put together the kind of powerful run that every team would love to have, 10-2 off the tip. By the end of quarter 1, they were way out on top, leading by 13. Then in quarter number 2, it was all hands on deck, and what a show it was. Quality execution, good efficiency, some tremendous defensive play helped them take a decisive advantage, and they're running away with this one. Kenny, what was your take on San Antonio?
Well, they were completely in rhythm shooting the basketball. Just watching the flow of their offense, everything clicked into place. Fantastic shot selection. They took advantage of everything the defense gave them.
Shaq, how do you think Cleveland played? And now, folks, it's just about time for the third quarter to begin.